Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. We're going to have a like target, Villa fans. Let's have a like target on this video of 500 likes. So like away, it will help push this video further onto YouTube and it'll be highly appreciated from myself. And subscribe to the channel if you are new. So Unai Emery has done his press conference for Spurs v Aston Villa. He spoke positively about the mentality of what we need to take into these big games and the games away from home. He goes on to say that the attitude is good at home games, but we now need to challenge and be competitive away from home. We need to keep the same mentality and be strong. So I think that's really important that we do get that sense of the same attitude for home games and the ones for away games, because for so many years we've had such a poor away record. And I think, albeit the one where we had Dino and it was behind closed doors, and I think we did quite well away from home that season, there has been always that trait of decent at home and quite poor away from home. And I get a real sense that Unai Emery wants to merge the two together and make us more difficult to beat away from home, because I feel like at times we're a little bit of a pushover, we're a little bit of an easy ride when we go away from home. And I really think the mentality and being strong is something that the character of the team is something that he's really trying to work on. If I go back to some quotes from Tyrone Mings this week, he said, "We're learning what the manager wants from us in different phases of the game. It wasn't a case of them being too strong for us. I just think that we should have defended better for their goals." So again, it's that sense of knowing what we need to be doing, and we're in total control of what we should be doing. And if we don't do what we should be doing, then that's where we're going to have problems. And we know that Unai Emery tweaked the system at Liverpool in the first half because it just wasn't quite working. And I think the players are starting to understand that everything that Unai Emery says to them, he says for a reason. And if you follow the plan and do what he tells you to do, he prepares you for what's going to happen. All you've got to do is your job and your role, and you'll be fine. So I really like this talk of the mentality being stronger and us challenging ourselves. He spoke about Spurs and Antonio Conte, mentioning that Conte's teams are always competitive and that Spurs are fast. They've got strong players and they are really good in transition. And that's what we've been speaking about on the predicted lineup episode, that from attack and defence, they're pretty strong. They use their fullbacks getting forward. They're powerful, pacey, fast, getting the balls into Son and Kane. So he's sort of echoing what we were saying. He did mention Harry Kane as well, saying that Kane just needs to now be connected back with Spurs, that he's having a really good season and is one of the best players in the world. That's just something that we all know. And Harry Kane does love a goal against Aston Villa as well, doesn't he? He went on to, and this is quite interesting, that he went on to speaking about analysing Spurs, and he mentioned that he'd only watched the Spurs v Liverpool game and that he was going to do his analysis tonight to try and be one step ahead. He's optimistic about going to Spurs and getting something from the game, and he really wants to help the club and help the players. So yeah, so it's interesting that he does his analysis like a little bit later on. I thought he'd have him sort of in the video room doing it all week, but he's sort of saying that he's looking at it this evening as well. And we've seen the videos, haven't we? Emi Martinez is back. He's back at Bodymoor. He's back at Villa. But he does go on to say that Olsen had a very good match against Liverpool. That Martinez has been here this week. It's about him adapting to a new week, which I think he's on about next week. Congratulated Martinez on the World Cup win, and he also says that he needs to adapt quickly to life back at Villa. So it does look like it's going to be Olsen in goal against Spurs, and Martinez He's sort of going to be back in the frame from next week as well. So that's all that Unai Emery had to say. It was a short, sharp and sweet press conference. Villa fans, the big thing for me is his character, the mentality side of things, because I listened to Robertson after the Liverpool game, and he came out and he was basically just saying that, yeah, Liverpool completely bossed the game. Liverpool were on top. And we all know that's not true. But his mentality is straight down the fact that Liverpool are the better team. They won the game. They got the 3 points. End of story. And all he thinks about is Liverpool, Liverpool, Liverpool. So I really think this sensing attitude and changing of the mentality is something that is going to be good for Villa, because hopefully we're on this upward trajectory. Hopefully the performances get better. The wins get more frequent. The away performances are there to see. The points tally starts ticking. And then in turn, this mentality shift of we can go there and get something. Because I feel like at the minute, when you listen to and read the comments of many Villa fans, we're still a little bit cautious, aren't we, of how we feel like we can do game by game. So I think in turn, it's just going to be so good eventually when we can start saying, you know what, I think we can go there and get something. I think we can get 3 points. So I think once we start seeing it on the pitch, I think the fans' mentality might start to change a little bit, and there'll be that little bit of added belief, because I've seen and read quite a bit this week about the atmosphere at Villa Park being quite poor, and a lot of fans are saying it's really quiet. And I do get it, because I do think the attitude at Villa Park has been quite quiet recently. But I think like going a goal down against Liverpool early on, that doesn't help, does it? But I think when we start seeing the team do a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable in the league, I think it makes Villa Park a more enjoyable place to be. So I think that's what I'd probably say on the atmosphere of Villa Park. And I do feel like we need some more chance. I really do. I think now we need to get a little bit more creative with the chants. So if anyone wants to put any chants in the comment section, fire away. But I do think we do need a different variation. We saw that the light show was quite good before the game. So it does look like the club are trying to make it more of a spectacle, which I think is a good thing for Villa Park as well. So that's everything from the press conference and my thoughts. We do have a football phone-in coming out tomorrow as well. We've got some brand new guests coming on the show for that as well. So we've not seen these guests before. No pressure. So you will have a football phone-in. Everybody giving their thoughts just ahead of the Spurs game as well. So cheers for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and up the Villa.